Hello and welcome back to the channel. Take a look at this. There is a very serious game of chess being played right now on the world stage. Are you paying attention? See, while all this nonsense is being played out right before our eyes on the internet, in these internet streets, you see all kinds of nonsense going on, right? But others are playing chess. While everybody else, they ain't even playing checkers. They're playing skip bow or what's one of those other little juvenile kids games, tic-tac-toe or something like that. So right now, China is building the Yuan currency reserve and coming after the dollar. So let's tap into what they are trying to do here. Let's take a look at what China is thinking about. We already know that the dollar is in trouble. So we need to know what China and others are doing. Because this is not just about China, y'all. China might be the front runner, but it's not just about them. It says China is building a yuan currency reserve to compete with the dollar and prop up other economies facing volatility. So what are they talking about here? It says the People's Bank of China is building a yuan reserve with 5 other nations. That's why I said this is not just about China. Others are a part of this too. Folk are getting tired of the dollar, y'all. They're getting tired of it. So, with 5 other nations in collaboration with the Bank of International Settlements, China is teaming up with Indonesia, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Chile, with each contributing $15 billion in yuan. That's about $2.2 billion to a renminbi liquidity arrangement. China's central bank said in a statement on Saturday, when in need of liquidity, participating central banks would not only be able to draw down on their contributions, but would also gain access to additional funding through a collateralized liquidity window, the bank said. According to the report, the funds will be stored with the Bank for International Settlements. China and Russia have been attempting to develop a new reserve currency with other BRICS countries, Russian President Vladimir Putin said last week. Okay, so again, folks are having conversations. I've always wondered about the BRIC nations. I've talked about them in the past. These other countries, they are having conversations that have nothing to do with the U.S. or the West. They are having meetings outside of anything that the West is involved in. Because folk are getting tired of the monkey business. So let's finish up what they're talking about here. It says the basket of currencies would present a U.S.-dominated International Monetary Fund alternative and include contributions from Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Those are the BRICS nations. The matter of creating the international reserve currency based on the basket of currencies of our countries is under review, Putin told the BRICS Business Forum on Wednesday. We are ready to openly work with all fair partners. Notice they threw that word fair in there. That word fair is basically letting you know that they don't think that the West is fair, that the U.S. is fair. So they threw that in there, you see. It says, meanwhile, China's foreign exchange reserves, the world's largest, grew last month for the first time in 2022. State data showed the nation's reserves rose by 80.6 billion to reach 3.13 trillion. That is a huge jump. That's a huge jump, y'all. It says at the same time, the US dollar has hit a 20-year high in recent weeks. In March, reports emerged of a Saudi oil deal priced in yuan, An economist told Insider that a deal done without dollars could signal unease in relying too heavily on the U.S. currency. Wow. Is this really happening, y'all? Is this really happening? It says, while any deal would be symbolic, the Chinese are not alone in the search for a non-dollar reserve currency. Alexander Tomek previously told Insider other countries' need for dollars exposes them to the U.S. financial sector and consequently gives the U.S. political leverage. So what they are aiming to do is take away that political leverage by giving themselves more choices and more options. Like I said, there are folk out here playing chess right now while some of you are playing tic-tac-toe, skip-bo, and some of you are playing checkers. But anyway, some people are out here playing chess. You see, very strategic. Every move is well planned and well thought out. Well planned and well thought out. Now, I'm not really into chess. Haven't been, should I say. But my husband taught me last year how to play chess. Okay. I finally sat down and said, okay, go ahead and teach me. Teach me how to play. And so I see that you have to think ahead. See, with chess, you have to think ahead. You have to plan ahead. You can't just move haphazardly in chess. You can't do that. And so that's what I see happening right here with China and these other nations, even the BRICS nations. These other nations are making deals amongst each other, trying to figure out ways to no longer need the US dollar as the reserve currency. So that being said, we better wrap up and tighten up on everything that we need to do while we can. We continue to say, pay attention to all of the signs. Pay attention. Pay attention. The ease and comfort that we thought we had is being chipped away bit by bit. So pay attention and make the right moves. And above all, pray. We always say that, look, we got to pray because the scripture tells us, in all thy ways acknowledge the Most High and he will direct thy path. So that's what I'm telling you to do. Acknowledge the Most High and he will direct your path and help you to navigate through all of this mess of a maze. All right, leave your comments below. What are your thoughts on China making moves and coming after the dollar and all these other nations that they are teaming up with to do these things? What are your thoughts? Share them below. Keep it tight. Keep it right. Until next time, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.